Back again with another trailer reaction. My name is Josh. Thanks for checking out the channel. If you click the thumbnail, you're here to check out some Dune. So Dune is a property that I was vaguely familiar with growing up, as I did grow up in the 80s and 90s where an interpretation or two of the Dune series. And to be completely honest, I never made it all the way through it. I remember gigantic sandworms, and I remember it being very talky and a little more boring for my age and attention span at that time. Since then, I've grown up a little bit and find certain things a little more interesting. And when the new Dune movie came out, the first part, a couple years ago now, I guess it was, I was super intrigued by it just because of the cast and the director and everything going along with it. It just looked so cool. And then when I actually watched it, I'm not going to lie, that was definitely one of my favorite movies of that year, and it really kind of blew me away. Of course, the actual look and the aesthetic of it was fantastic, because Denis Villeneuve, or however you say his name, is just fantastic at all of the actual cinematography and everything that goes with that. I believe Roger Deakins was the cinematographer on this one too, I think. And anyway, it was awesome. I mean, I grew up a Star Wars fan as well. I feel like that was a much more kid-friendly version kind of Dune, and now as an adult, Dune is much more interesting to me than probably, well, all of the new Star Wars stuff for sure. But anyway, I was super happy with the first one, but I was actually just kind of bummed out because I remember hearing at the time that they weren't sure if they'd been greenlit for a sequel, and I was really hoping that they'd film 1 and 2 like back to back so they'd come out like a year apart, and that was not the case. It's been a couple of years, but we are getting it, and I'm very excited about that. I've seen a couple of the other teasers or trailers that they put out, and it's really piqued my interest, and they just put out trailer number 3. That must mean we're getting close, and I'm really excited. So let's go ahead and check this out. All right, let's do it.
It's okay. I'm here. I'm here. It's been a while since you've had one of those nightmares. Tell me, what was it about?
It's only fragments.
Speaking of sandworms.
Nothing's clear. You've been fighting the Harkonnens for decades.
Look!
My family's been fighting them for centuries.
Your blood comes from dukes, then great houses. Here, we're equal. What we do for the benefit of all.
Well, I'd very much like to be equal to you.
Maybe I'll show you the way.
Deal with this prophet. Send assassins.
Fade Rother. He's psychotic.
I see possible futures all at once. And in so many futures, our enemies prevail. But I do see a way. There is a narrow way through. My allegiance is to you. Do you believe me?
This is a form of power that our world has not yet seen. The ultimate power.
I want you to know I will love you as long as I breathe.
You will never lose me as long as you stay who you are.
Consider what you're about to do, Paul Atreides.
Silence!
This prophecy is how they enslave us! You are not prepared for what is to come.
All right. I forgot exactly how excited I am for that movie. That first one was so good, and its scope was, it was so big, and it made everything seem so realistic just because of how it was shot. But it was also not filled with like a ton of action or anything like that. It was much more story setup and history and lore, and there was some action, don't get me wrong. But this one seems like it's just bringing it all home, and we're getting all of that. And there's just so many things that are happening, and I'm just remembering bits and pieces of the first one. I definitely need to go back and rewatch that before this one comes out. But that looked freaking fantastic. I mean, you've got all the cast that I kind of even forgot about. Josh Brolin, Batista's in there. Is that Austin Butler, I think, is the assassin guy. I mean, there's just a ton of really good people in there. I'm just kind of curious because there's so much going on. Is this going to be like a 3-hour movie? And is part 2 kind of the conclusion? I mean, I know there's a long series of books and it could be a lot more, but I'm wondering for this specific story that's being told, is it kind of the conclusion or is there open for another one? I guess I'd honestly be good with both as long as they're all good. So, and it's looking pretty freaking fantastic. That looked like it could be up there. I'm really excited about that one. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. And don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Go hit that subscribe button if you would. That'd be fantastic. And as always, you're awesome. Peace out.